New quarterly numbers showing some of the major carriers are seeing their best profits in years. A few reasons for this: higher fares, also last-minute business travelers, certainly helping the bottom line. Ray Neidl is with me now. He is an analyst at Maxim Group. He is a co-author of the book Airline Odyssey, the airline industry's turbulent flight into the future. That must have been a pretty weighty subject. Ray, always glad to see you. So are airlines back? For the average investor, are they now worth looking at, the shares?
Well, airlines always will remain trading stocks. But right now, airlines are making good progress. We saw that in the past quarter. And the consolidation is starting to take effect. Airlines have been through a 2-year tough period in cutting costs, and it's starting to pay off.
Did we miss it, though? Did we miss the move if we're trading in the stocks? I mean, are there any valuation calls left out there?
No, the industry probably is trading at fair levels right now. We're going into the slow winter period. But I think if the economy does not tank, and I'm assuming it's not going to, 2011 is going to be a good year, and the buying opportunities will probably start in late January.
If you had to pick one company that you feel like is executing better than the rest, which one would it be?
Well, the U.S. carriers, my favorite big carrier is Delta. They've got all the integration problems out of the way, and they have a powerful system. Other people like United, but I'm still a little leery about them integrating their labor groups.
Well, speaking of labor rules, I mean, how much is this still an issue? I mean, some investors really got burned through all the tumultuous times over the past few years in particular. Strikes, we even see it overseas with BA. I mean, how much has the industry been able to deal with this?
When looking at airlines, the investor has to look at 3 things: the economy, fuel prices, and labor. And labor is always a question mark. When the airlines start making money, labor wants the profits, and they're just going to have to resist this time if the airlines are going to be viable in the future.
Do you see any more consolidation coming up within the next year or two? Not necessarily with the Americans, but around the globe.
Around the globe, there's a lot of consolidation going on right now. British Airways, Iberia, Avianca, TACA, a big one in South America, TAMLAN. So we're seeing a lot of the world consolidating. It will slow down a little bit until the U.S. changes its investment laws, where U.S. carriers can be sold to foreign airlines or integrated.
And what about some of the partnership agreements that we've seen? We've seen the One World Alliance. I mean, there have been many sort of strategic partnerships that make sense as far as the bottom line goes, but also as far as marketing goes. Mm-hmm. Is there one out there that you think is really outdoing its competition?
Well, Delta and the United partnerships around the world are very strong. The American One World Alliance is catching up. They had a lot of big news yesterday about new agreements. They have antitrust now with British Airways and a new marketing agreement. So they're trying to catch up with the other 2 alliances.
Now, you mentioned, Ray, that labor is only 1/3 of what investors look at when they're considering buying these stocks. The economy, I know you gave a fairly rosy outlook at the beginning, but there's a lot of people who are pessimistic. I mean, to what extent do we have to see the macroeconomic picture improve, or can it just hold steady for these stocks to be good investments?
I'm not an economist, but my outlook is we're in an L-shaped type of recovery, no double dip. And if that's the case, the airlines can make good profits next year. If we do go into a double dip, I think the airlines are in a good position to protect themselves from another downturn, though their profits will decline.
All right, Ray, thanks so much for coming in. Ray Neidl joining us there. He is an analyst with the Maxim Group.